So during the week, I've had a few clients ask me for a little bit more lower body stretching. And I thought today I'd take you through a 360-degree stretch of the lower body. Now, the previous video that I did for low back pain and release covers the glutes and hamstrings quite thoroughly. So I'm going to go through them quickly and then move on. So the hamstring stretch is with the towel around the foot. Sit bone is anchored, and we start to straighten the leg, until we feel a connection at the back, and then pull the foot towards the head. Breathing into that one for about 5 deep breaths. Now from here, I actually like to get into the calf as well, so I straighten out the leg and pull the toes in towards my torso, reaching the heel up to the ceiling and holding again. I'm going to take my towel and pop it around the opposite knee. So a lot of people get confused with this. I'm aiming to stretch my left, but the towel is around my right. Holding my foot across my thigh and pulling in to stretch through the glute. If you happen to get any front hip pain here, please don't do it. Flick me a message and I'll give you an alternative. Again, just holding. Now a nice way from there to get a little bit deeper into the rotators, or the piriformis a lot of people have heard of, is to actually cross your knees. So I'm going to turn around and see, you can actually see I've really folded my knees across each other. And then I'm going to pull that outside knee into my chest and over a little bit. Breathing into that one. Now through the hip flexors, you have your quadriceps that mostly cover the knee. Only one of them covers the hip. And then you have the hip flexors higher up. So I'm going to show you how to do this laying on your side. I'm going to use the arm to support me, and I'm just going to line up my body with the back of the mat. Bending the knees in. I'm going to pick up my top leg, grab hold of my foot, press my pelvis forward to avoid going into my lower back, and pull the knee in behind my body. Now I do have a couple of clients that have very, very tight quads and they actually can't reach their foot. So what we do is we take our towel, we wrap it around the foot holding from behind and use that to pull. Now a really beautiful way to get higher up into the hip flexors here is to straighten out the leg, reach it up and over behind you and reach that top arm in front of you. So I'm reaching my fingers and my toes away from each other, stretching out all the way through the front of my pelvis, and it feels really good. Now the inner thigh muscles are avoided quite a lot. We don't use them very much, but they are very important. Please excuse that they don't look that elegant to stretch. I'm going to come onto hands and knees. Take the knees out as wide as you can. Tilt the pelvis forward, reaching the sit bones in the air. And sit back towards your heels. Now just be mindful that your pelvis doesn't start to tuck here, or you won't get the same quality of stretch. So that's a nice one to get sort of the front of the adductor muscles. And then to get to the back of the adductor muscles, I'm going to sit back. Take my feet in front of my body. My hands are behind my body. I'm sitting onto my sit bones to begin with. Again, wide as you can. And leaning forward. And that's a really nice stretch for the inner thigh as well. So coming to the front of the shin, there's a muscle there called the tibialis anterior that gets quite tight. Not a lot of people know how to stretch this one. I'm going to tuck my foot behind me and then just lean into that, bending my knees until I get a stretch. So it's kind of like I'm pulling the top of my foot along the floor. Sorry that you've lost the view of my face. I'm still here. Put that towel away. Now, one more way to get into the quadriceps, if you're finding that side lying stretch too difficult, and quad stretches are really important, is to use, you can use the back of a chair or the back of a couch, a low chair if you're very, very tight, and just hook that foot up over the edge Again, pressing the pelvis forward and tucking under to avoid low back pain. Pointing the knee straight to the floor and just bending this knee. Breathing into that stretch. So I hope that you all enjoy those, and please message me if you have any questions. As always, if anything causes pain, please don't do it, and I'm more than happy to help you find a solution that will. Thanks and have a great weekend.